All right, we are back in Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. We are on the third part of chapter 9, which is a wondering mind. Truly I tell you, whoever says to this mountain, be lifted up and thrown into the sea, and does not doubt at all in his heart, but believes that what he says will take place, it will be done for him. For this reason I am telling you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe, trust, and be confident that it is granted to you, and you will get it. Mark 11:23 and 24.
Faced with one thing or another, I frequently begin to hear myself say, I wonder. For example, I wonder what the weather will be like tomorrow. I wonder what I should wear to the party. I wonder what kind of grades Danny, my son, will get on his report card. I wonder how many people will show up at the seminar. The dictionary partially defines the word wonder in the noun form as a feeling of puzzlement or doubt, and in the verb form as to be filled with curiosity or doubt.
I have come to learn that I am much better off doing something positive than just wondering all the time about everything imaginable. Instead of wondering what kind of grades Danny will get, I can believe that he will make good grades. Rather than wondering what I should wear to the party, I can decide what to wear. Instead of wondering about the weather or about how many people will attend one of my meetings, I can just turn the matter over to the Lord, trusting him to work out all things for good regardless of what happens.
Update. Our son Danny did not like school and struggled all the way through, so I did a lot of wondering about him and his future. I thought you would enjoy knowing that he is currently the CEO at Joyce Meyer's Ministries. All my wondering was wasted time. God knew his future and had everything under control. Although some wondering about things is normal, if it is excessive, it can leave a person in indecision, and indecision causes confusion. Wondering, indecision, and confusion prevent an individual from receiving from God by faith the answer to his prayer or need.
I'm going to read that sentence again because I think that is very powerful. Wondering, indecision, and confusion prevent an individual from receiving from God by faith the answer to his prayer or need. Notice that in Mark 11:23 and 24, Jesus did not say, whatever you ask for in prayer, wonder if you will get it. Instead, he said, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you will receive it, and you will.
As Christians, as believers, we are to believe and not doubt.
Excellent. Let's see. All right. So the questions for this one.
Do you want to read this first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's read the scripture verse first.
Okay. 11.
23 and 24.
23 and 24 or 22? Okay, 23. I tell you the truth, if anyone says to this mountain, go throw yourself into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will happen, it will be done for him. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours.
And I'm going to read some of the context for that too. So I'm going to go back a little further. Let's see. All right. On the day following, when they had come away from Bethany, he was hungry. And that's talking about Jesus. And seeing in the distance a fig tree covered with leaves, he went to see if he could find any fruit on it. For in the fig tree, the fruit appears at the same time as the leaves. But when he came up to it, he found nothing but leaves, for the fig season had not yet come. And he said to it, no one ever again shall eat fruit from you. And his disciples were listening to what he said. And they came to Jerusalem, and he went into the temple area, the porches and courts, and began to drive out those who sold and bought in the temple. And he overturned the 4-footed tables of the money changers and the seats of those who dealt in doves. And he would not permit anyone to carry any household equipment through the temple enclosure, thus making the temple area a shortcut traffic lane. And he taught and said to them, it is not written, my house shall be called a house of prayer And he taught and said to them, is it not written, My house shall be called a house of prayer for all the nations, but you have turned it into a den of robbers." And the chief priests and the scribes heard of this and kept seeking some way to destroy him, for they feared him, because the entire multitude was struck with astonishment at his teachings. And when evening came on, he and his disciples, as accustomed, went out of the city. In the morning, when they were passing along, they noticed that the fig tree was withered completely, away to its roots. And Peter remembered and said to him, "Master, look, the fig tree which you doomed has withered away." And Jesus, replying, said to them, "Have faith in God constantly. Truly I tell you, whoever says to this mountain, 'Be lifted up and thrown into the sea,' and does not doubt at all in his heart, but believes that what he says will take place, it will be done for him. For this reason I am telling you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe, trust, and be confident that it is granted to you, and you will get it." So the question she asks is, what is wrong with wondering?
Let's see. Probably because we're worrying, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're worrying about what all these things are going to be like, and we're not focused on the moment. We're wondering about, like she said about her son's grades. I know I do that with Emerson and Parker. I'm used to constantly worry about their grades and, like, are they going to be okay in school? Are they going to graduate? Are they going to do this? And it's like, just be focused on the moment and be focused on how good they're doing right now. Like now that I've kind of changed my focus to, instead of worrying about it and actually, like she said, speaking it, doing something good, or, believing that he'll make good grades. I started believing in putting in some of the things Joyce Meyer teaches, and listening to her podcast and putting in positive things, and then I'm starting to think they're going to have good grades, and I started speaking it, and then they started having good grades. So you speak it and you believe it before it happens. You speak it into existence. So I think for me it was like the wondering just was anxiety and worry and fear.
And I think I would clarify just a tiny bit more, and I would say that wondering is doubt.
Yes.
And then, yes, doubt leads to the worry and fear and all of that. Because the doubt is where we're not trusting that God's going to do what he said he would do.
Absolutely.
For example, my van. Right now, I'm not wondering if I stepped outside if my van would be in the parking lot. Because I know it's there. Like, I brought the keys inside. Nobody's taken it. It's sitting there. And so, if I truly believed God and took him at his word, then what would I have to wonder about?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's really good. Thank you.
As Christians, we are to blank, not doubt or wonder. We are to believe.
I was going to say, trust, believe.
Yep. To take him at his word. What is the, there was an old hymn. Was it Trust and Obey? I think that's the one that talked about just taking him at his word. It's beautiful, because that's really where we have to get to. We have to get to a place of, if God said it, I believe it. Now, where a lot of times we struggle is that it's not that we don't believe that God will do what he said. It's that we have no idea what God said, because we don't spend enough time in scripture or enough time in prayer. And when I say prayer, I don't just mean speaking prayers, but I mean just be quiet and just listening to God and making it a two-way conversation. And when we fail to do that, then we don't know what he tells us. So we can't believe what he's telling us if we have no idea what that is.
Yeah, or what he sounds like, or how he speaks.
Yeah, absolutely.
But taking that time, I have not been doing that like I should be, and I've let other things, and the Lord's like, these people and these other things are outside of me, so what do you need to do? You need to get back with me to the very, just me and you, don't look outside of these other things, because they don't matter.
Yeah, as you say that, I immediately got a word picture of throwing the ball. And so, when you're in PE class as a kid, they teach you that you throw the ball, and where you're looking is where the ball is going to go. And so they're like, you don't look over there and throw this way and expect the ball to go where you're wanting it to go. You have to look at the spot. And so that's what came to mind immediately when you were talking about God and things being outside the circle. And if your perspective is on God, then you're going to get where you're supposed to be going. And you're going to be able to believe him when he tells you something. So it's awesome.
That's good.